Most Amazon sellers do not need higher PPC bids. They need to stop paying for clicks that will never convert. So in this video, I'll show you how to find your ad bleeders, how to block wasted ad spend without killing sales, and the 4 ways to protect your profit. Because spending thousands on traffic that doesn't buy isn't scaling, it's just burning cash. So we're not talking about theory here, because my agency manages millions in Amazon ad spend every single month, and we perform this exact waste audit on every new client account. So let's jump into it. So the first thing you want to do is download a sponsored product search term report. Now, you also want to do this for sponsored brand ads as well as sponsored display ads if you are running those as well. But typically, because sponsored product ads has the most volume and the most spend, that's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. So what you want to do is go into your account, go to measurements and reporting, sponsored ad reports, click create report right here, select sponsored product ads, and then you're going to click a search term report. Now, by default, this is the last 30 days. You want to download the longest date range possible, which is a 60-day date range. So you're going to back it up here to the last date that you could possibly select and make sure that you are getting all of the data, because we want to see all of the clicks. When you're looking for things with clicks with no sales, it's really beneficial to look at a longest date range. And there's a couple places where I'm going to show you where you're actually going to be looking at lifetime data to be able to pause certain things. But from here, you want to generate this report. Now, you also want to do this for sponsored brand ads. A lot of sellers have a systematic way where they're doing this for sponsored product ads, but they're often forgetting the other ad types. So you want to create another report. Keyword, you're going to do a search term report for sponsored brand ads. Again, you want to select the longest date range possible, and then we're going to generate this report. You'll click run report, and not many people know this, but there also is a report for sponsored display ads. So if you're running sponsored display ads, you want to make sure you're downloading this report, but it's not called a search term report. So it's very easy to miss. So you want to look at sponsored display ads, and you're going to download a matched targeting report. It's called match targeting. It's essentially a search term report for sponsored display ads. Again, select the longest date range possible, and then you want to run that. Now, what you're going to do once you download these reports is you're going to open them up inside of a spreadsheet. You're going to go into the orders column and filter for anything that has 0 orders, and then you're going to sort clicks highest to lowest. And then the other thing you want to do is sort spend highest to lowest. And what you're looking for here is keywords that have a lot of clicks but are not generating an order. Now, there's a lot of questions around like, how many clicks should I wait until something generates an order? Here's a pro tip for you. I want you to look at your average conversion rate. So an example here would be, let's say that you have a product that has a 25% conversion rate. Every 4 clicks on average, you're generating an order. So you might want to go up to 5 to 8 clicks just to be relatively certain, but 8 clicks is going to be enough to determine that's double your average clicks to convert. You can be pretty certain like, hey, that target is not going to convert for me. I can add it as a negative, and you want to do negative exact match here in the specific campaign and the specific ad group where this search term is showing up. Now, again, on the flip side, let's say you have a product that has a 10% conversion rate. It takes you 10 clicks on average to generate an order. So from here, if you use an 8-click threshold, you're actually going to be cutting off a lot of search terms that potentially could have generated an order. You just don't have enough data yet to know. That's why we download the longer date ranges, because the longer the date range is, the more clicks we'll have accumulated, the more we can be certain that we're basing it off of. And we have, as many clicks as possible to really make this determination if we have enough clicks to negate. But again, in that case of where you have 10 clicks on average, you probably are going up to, say 12 to 15 clicks, so you can be relatively certain. Now, I will give you this other pro tip is that the higher your total ACoS, the more potential waste is in your account, the more that you are unprofitable. You can be more conservative with the amount of clicks. So the example would, if you have a 5 clicks on average, you might want to negate everything that's like 8 clicks or more, right? Or being very conservative. Now, if you're in a phase where you're really looking to test and find other things, you might be looking for keywords where you maybe have a lower conversion rate, but because you can afford to do more testing, you might have more leeway. So you might be looking at, 10 to 12 clicks or 15 clicks before you make that determination to negate. So really what we find in the negation period is you want to do this consistently. I would say minimum once a week for all ad types. And then what you want to do is you want to base your optimization cycles on what the account needs right now and the strategy you need right now. So if you are more profit conscious at the moment, you want to make sure that you have more conservative click thresholds. But if you're in, say, a scaling phase where you're very profitable and you're looking to grow the products more, well, then you probably want to give it a little bit more leeway and flexibility. Not a lot, just say 2 to 3 clicks. I wouldn't do more than 5, but you can give it a little more leeway. All right, so that step number 1 is like your broad approach. This is a system that you want to be running every single week across your entire account. But what about the sniper approach? This is my favorite approach when I'm looking at an account. I'm like, there's waste here. I need to find where I can just really clear things out as quickly as possible. So what you want to do is you want to go into your account and you want to go to the targeting tab. I'm going to look at the last 30 days and I'm going to sort my spend highest to lowest, and I'm going to look for things with high ACoS that are a broad match or an auto campaign or something I know targets a lot of search terms. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the interface to go into that specific ad group. I'm going to go to the search terms tab, and then I'm going to use the search term tab to see which search term specifically in that one specific ad group for that one specific target is making the ACoS be this high. And this is really a sniper approach. I like to run this strategy if I ever need to quickly clear out waste in the account, or if we want to give the account a once over just to make sure, our longer date ranges in the search term reports haven't missed anything. You probably could run this, say, monthly or every 2 weeks in the account. All right, so we're going through our search term reports systematically. We're using a sniper approach, and we're typically looking for things with clicks with no sales. But I want to also show you another way that you can be looking at this with things that maybe have a high ACoS and they're not really driving sales, because the name of the game, what we're looking to do when we're clearing out waste, is not have this waste cutting heavily affect the sales that we're driving. So a lot of times incorrectly, brands will get in and say, oh, this is the target that, is spending the most, right? But it could be the thing that's driving the most sales for you. But there's another sneaky bit of waste. So you can also look for targets, again, in a 30-day date range, maybe 65-day date range, where you have high ACoS and only 1 to 2 orders and a high volume of clicks. These are prime targets to negate, even though they're technically generating orders, because they're driving a lot of costs for us. So there's a lot of drag when it comes to the ad spend, but they're not pulling their weight in terms of the sales. And what we do is we look for targets that have only 1 to 2 orders, high volumes of clicks, and over 100% ACoS. Typically, you also want to look at the ACoS relative to the account averages. So let's say it's a supplement account where the ACoS can be on average 50 to 60% just because the CPCs are higher. Then you might want to look for, like, say, 150 ACoS as your cutoff, but you do need to make sure that you're running these steps a lot in a supplement account, because with CPCs being so high, the waste adds up very, very quickly. So this type of systematic approach to making sure you're clearing out waste in the account is so important. Specifically, it's important in every account, but so much more so in very competitive categories where cost per clicks just eat your budget like that. And this last pro tip is one that not many people talk about, because everybody talks about keywords and making sure that you're getting rid of search terms and keywords that are not driving their weight. But have you thought about your variations? For those of you who have a lot of products, or maybe you have catch-all campaigns, even if you only have listings with, say, one product associated with them, what you want to be doing is systematically looking through your account to determine which of your variations on a product listing are actually driving sales, and are there specific products that are getting a high volume of clicks but are not converting? So for this, what we like to do, this is an ad group that has several different products. This is a catch-all campaign, and you can see here that all of these products are in fact converting. So in this case, this is working, but that's because we've gone through and we've paused products that are not converting well. So what you want to do is you want to go into your ad account and you're going to select lifetime view. So I want to see the whole volume of all of the clicks, and I want to sort by cost, highest, lowest, to determine, are there specific variations of this product that are getting a lot of clicks? And you're going to use the same methodologies that you use when it comes to adding negatives, but in this case, we're not going to add a negative. We're simply going to pause that variation. Now, don't worry if you pause a variation, you want to make sure that this is in fact the case, but if you have other variations that you're still advertising, you're still going to get traffic to that listing. They're still going to see the options and be able to select and purchase the variation that they prefer on your listing, but you're not going to be driving inefficient traffic, because when you show up in search, people just aren't really interested in that color and that style and that size pack. And this is going to significantly increase your conversion rates for your account, which will help drive better performance and reduce waste. Exposing wasted spend with this trick will instantly give you back thousands of dollars, but trimming fat is only half the equation. To truly scale on Amazon, you need an aggressive, structured keyword expansion and bid optimization system that is working for you 24/7. So if you're an established brand or launching a major new line on Amazon and you want our team to build and manage this custom PPC launch engine for you, head over to jungler.com and claim your free Amazon ad audit. So right after that, go watch this next video on our full Amazon PPC launch strategy. So you go and click that video now, and I'll see you over there.